across the neighborhood. They know that we're up to no good. We're at the house by the cemetery. They don't go in cause it's really scary. The door opens and I head on in. But not a hell, not begins. Inside, take a look around. The deputy's bar chuckles a crowd. Go up and down the big staircase. A secret panel to another place. I saw a guy wearing a hockey mask. He's carrying a bloody ass. He chases me on down the hall. And blood was dripping from on the wall. Haunted house. All the things I see. Haunted house. Being chased by a bee. Haunted house. I wanted to scream. Haunted house. Hope it's all a dream. Downstairs and they're following me into a room that's full of zombies. They're tearing into all my friends with a step in the jumped on my head by Chuckles the Clown. My knees buckle fall to the ground. And just when things couldn't get any worse, they now they're loading me into the hearse. Haunted house. All the things I see. Haunted house. Being chased by a bee.
Welcome back to the Trouble in the Last Show with special guest Greg. That's Oracle Paranormal Show. This is the part of the show where we are going to ask you, the fan members. Yes, we do actually have fans here on the Cable Access Show. It does happen. We're going to ask you, the fans, if you want to come up one by one, and if Greg wouldn't mind, ask him some questions about the paranormal or maybe some encounters he's been in. So this is the point where some of you come up here. Okay, we got Y2 Ray coming up to AKA The Dark Knight, AKA I got 50,000 names. Here you go. The camera's there, so make sure you look at it.
I'm not a fan, one of these stars. Get that?
Look at the camera then,
there.
Star.
Stars look at cameras.
Yes, okay, I got a couple of good questions. One, are you looking for any good employees?
Yeah, it's non-profit and we don't pay.
That's cool, that's alright. I love chasing ghosts. You see this necklace right here is supposed to be one of the necklaces that protect you from them, but you can't chase you around, right?
Necromancer.
It's called a necromancer necklace.
That's what I said. See, okay. So, and now this is the biggest question. How come nobody ever thinks about using animals?
They do.
Actually, the new Ghost Hunters does.
The new Ghost Hunters has a dog, and yep. The whole thing with that is, I mean, you got to train the animal in order to, respond correctly and give you the right information. It's just like any other tool that we use. Most of the time, it's very effective just having a recorder, some electromagnetic field devices and stuff like that, and your own eyes and intuition.
Yes, because animals have that sixth sense, and they just pick up on it a lot.
Not all of them. Some of them do, and you get reactions from them. It's just a matter of how you interpret that. It's another tool to interpret, basically. But
Thank you very much, Y2 Ray. Anybody else in the crowd, you're welcome to come up here. There's little guys in the back here that want to ask you some questions.
What's up, buddy?
Come on up here, little guys. One at a time. We'll bring up Jared. Here, come on up. That's Greg Best right there. Shake his
What's on,
hand.
buddy?
And right over there is the mic. Go see the mic guy over there. You gotta look at the camera though when you ask the question.
Stay
Come on back closer.
No,
Oh, right over here.
come back here. No. Stand right there.
Now, what question do you have for Greg there, my friend?
How are you doing, everybody?
And again, the sixth sense for the animal thing. I think that was the question.
You're talking too quick.
Do you have a ghost question?
Yeah. How is it doing on the activities going on? How's the activities?
How's the activity?
Yeah.
Like when you go into a building?
Yeah.
Well, it could be anything. Sometimes you'll see things move. Sometimes you'll hear voices on a recorder. It's nothing scary, nothing too scary while you're there.
It's just personal. Is it just personal?
It is if you don't record it. See, we record everything with video cameras, so, you know, personal experience, I think, is what he's talking about. That means I saw something and you tell somebody about it. What we do is we try to film all of this so that when we say I saw something, we have it on a camera. Yep, just like on the TV, only real.
Yeah. They record it, but the camera's all dark and people can't see really
Yeah, it
well.
is hard to see sometimes, but we put
The
the,
camera's in the building and they can't really see.
yeah, see, we put it on the computer and we can make it brighter so that we can see what's in the back.
Thank you very much, Jared. Yes. Nurse Misery, along with another little guy out in the audience. What questions do you have, Nurse Misery? And if it's how you're doing, please get out of here.
No, I was wondering what your first experience was and how you handled it.
Well, the first experience I had, I don't quite remember too well. I was 6 years old. I got smacked by a ghost. It looked like my aunt in an old Victorian in Tanner Street in Providence. It was my grandmother's house, and that place was severely haunted. I remember getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning, wanting a drink of water, and there was just furniture and stuff moving around downstairs. So that's basically where it started. But what did it for me, there's a place called Vampire's Grave, Nellie Vaughan. I went up there with six of us went up there, and this image is burned into my mind. We were sitting in the car, and we were going to get out. We always went out. We had no fear there. We'd stay there all night, didn't matter. This particular night, it was like a Hollywood set. It was a full moon, but it was behind the clouds. And we were sitting in the car, we're like, let's get out of here, and the car had problems starting, so, you know, he didn't want to shut it off, and we just convinced him to shut the car off, and he had his hand on the key ready to shut it off. The moon came out from behind the clouds and illuminated a woman standing about 2.5 feet off the ground with no feet, long black hair, black dress, lace around her hands, and white face, moving like this towards the car at a steady rate. There was no wind blowing her, there was no stepping involved, and all six of us saw it. And after I saw that, I said I want to know what's going on.
That would definitely be like a Scooby-Doo commercial.
Yeah, well,
I'd be running right out of there.
you'd
You know,
see chuckles.
It's very rare. That was the one and only apparition that I've ever seen in my life. My goal is to capture that on tape, just to prove to myself that I saw it. But there was six of us, we all saw the same thing, and there was no denying that. And after that, I had a strong want to know, you know, where we're going when we pass, and what is this that we're looking at, and everything else. So.
Thank you very much, Nurse Misery. Any questions for the little rye guy over there?
Do you have a question for him? What's your question? You don't want to say it? You want to whisper it? You want to whisper it to me and
That's a
I'll
real
ask?
good question.
Go ahead, say your question.
Do you want Nurse
What?
Misery to ask another question? Yeah? Okay. How did you form your group?
Well, the group kind of formed itself. I basically went out and I started doing different things. Like I experimented with EVP. I got my first EVP, and it was the most incredible thing that I've heard in my life, knowing how digital audio works and analog audio. For that to be on that tape is just incredible. And after that, I started getting into pictures, and I started looking into different aspects of paranormal, started studying a little bit of physics, and because photography, videography, and we were basically just paranormal investigators. A couple other people got interested in the evidence that I saw, And they started looking into it. We all put our heads together and we worked as a group to progress and to learn more. And like I said, we don't just ghost hunt. We take the evidence, we break it down into its elements, trying to understand every aspect of why that was on there, how it got there, who it is. And through doing that, we ended up helping other families who have problems in their homes. And it basically formed itself. You know, the TV show came about because we did Slater Mills, and there was a guy that was filming a show for a question and answer show for a web show or something like that. So he filmed us doing the Slater Mills, and we said, "Oh, we can do this ourselves." And we started taking basically what you're watching on these shows is our evidence reel. It's our documentary film.
Which is a very entertaining show. There's not too many paranormal shows out there that you actually can enjoy yourself and laugh. There's a lot of paranormal shows there that are pretty much cut and dry. You're better off cutting yourself a piece of paper and seeing a paranormal reaction. And it's good to see someone taking a different access to it, because after all, it is television.
Yeah.
And to keep people watching, you have to entertain them.
Yeah, the show that we got going on right now is, it's like I said, it's our documentary video that you're watching. So you know, we leave a lot of stuff in there, bloopers. There's you know, things happen throughout the thing. Nothing's retaken. It's all live, actual. What you see is what happened there. We try to show everybody what real ghost hunting is, and all the evidence that we have is 100% real. I'll take a polygraph on that, and you know, we're working on another show right now designed more for entertainment, but we're going to still keep it 100% real, and hopefully that show will be on network. We've got a lot of producers looking at it, and we're working hard right now to pull it all together, get the copyright information done, and once that's all done, and we're going to announce what it is and you know where it's going to be.
Great, and if we get we'll advertise the heck out of it if you say we can.
Oh yeah.
That's only if you say we can.
Yep.
That was very nice of you, Nurse Misery. Thanks for asking those
I'd
questions.
like to ask one last question.
Try to get rid of her.
What is your absolute ideal place in the entire world that you would love to investigate if you had any access to anywhere?
You know what? It really doesn't matter. No matter where you go. I mean, you'll think, like I said, some place doesn't. It looks creepy, but it's not. You can't really go by looks or what other people's personal experiences are. In all reality, I'd like to own Mark's Big River Inn. I'd have a 24-hour ghost hunt. I'd have my DVR system running 24/7. It's the most incredible place that I've ever been, and I'd go there.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nurse Misery. We got another little guy in the audience there. Jacob's going to ask questions. He's raised his hand any higher, he'll pop it out of the socket.
Go stand.
Come on over
there
here
by
by
Nurse
this chair
Misery.
right here, Jacob.
To that chair.
Over here.
How many days have you been in that shop?
How many days have I been doing it? Oh, it's been 11 years. I'm not quite sure of the day, but it's a long time.
So that's all.
That's all.
That's the only question you had?
Yeah, I've been doing it a real long time.
Jacob, everybody. That was better than how is everybody doing. That is not a question to Greg Best. That is a question to the crowd. Anybody else out here? We have time for a couple more. We've got good old Psycho Eddie coming on over here.
I got a question about sensitives. Do you have people that are more sensitive than others in your group, and how do you what's your take on that?
My take on sensitives, empaths, psychics, the whole thing is, like I said, I have to experience it. I'm not empathic, I'm not a psychic, but my equipment is. I don't know, so I wouldn't even be able to comment as far as how I look at that. I look at it as personal experience and nothing more. I don't say that there's no use for psychics, but I do until I can experience that for myself. And I mean, you really have to prove personal experience, and that's to me what psychics and empathics and all of that is. It all boils down to personal experience, and until we can plug into their head and see what they're seeing and feel what they're feeling, I really, there's nothing I can say about it. I try to speak through experience, and everything I say is based on evidence that we gathered. We have something to show you. I can say, this is why I think this way, and I show you the piece of evidence. That's what the Paranalysis show is about.
Thank you very much, Psycho Eddie. We got another question. We got time for a couple more, and then Gonna wrap it up.
Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
have you ever met any childlike apparitions or heard any talking?
I do have one case that I did in Connecticut. The guy's wife had passed, and we were in his home because he's had heard her in the home and everything. And as soon as we turned on our recorder, we weren't even getting ready to get started yet, but we had the tape rolling, and a little girl came on and said, "You did love me." It was the clearest EVP I've ever heard. There was no kids on the investigation. There wasn't even any girls on the investigation. So that was probably the only experience I can show you of with children involved.
Well, the reason I ask is a couple times I thought my son was wandering through the house at night, and I saw a childlike figure.
Another thing
But I
too,
was trying to ask how I would try to prove that. Would a tape recorder or something like that?
yeah, you'd have to do an investigation. There's a lot of aspects that are involved in deciphering what's in your home. There's another thing called a doppelganger, which I had in my home. My son had come down the stairs, went into my daughter's room, and then a few minutes later came down the stairs again. They kind of duplicate and they replicate you. I've had them using my voice on
Well, I've never
recordings.
heard a voice, but same hair as my son, so I wasn't sure if it was him or
Yeah.
something else, but I proved that it wasn't him. He was in
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah, the best way is to get an experienced group in there, just do an investigation. They'll come out and they'll say, listen, this is what we found. And you may not find anything. Not all the time do you find evidence from anywhere,
True.
you know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. We got time for one more, and then we're gonna go to one of the credits. You want to quit? Maniac Mike, come on up here. He's also dressed in white like a ghost. Come on over here, Maniac.
What's going on, man?
How's it going? My question to you is basically about Amityville and what their take was on everything about that.
Well, the Amityville, there's so much speculation. The Warrens went there, they have their take on it. What had happened there happened for whatever reasons, and I don't know if you know the history. I'm not going to go through a whole history on the building, but there's so many things that could be involved with that. Theoretically, what happened was they tried to say there was no haunting there because they didn't want the attention at the home. They've actually even gone so far as to change the windows and change the structure of the building so you can't even recognize it. So it's really hard to tell, but if you talk to the Warrens, they're going to tell you, yeah, they've got their evidence, they've been there. Elaine Warren is psychic, and she knows what she felt there, and they come out with a lot of pretty good stuff there, but it's hard to tell. And unless I investigated that building myself, I really couldn't comment on it other than speculating on other people's experiences there.
Would that be a place that you would one day want to investigate?
I would. You'll never get in there, but I'll investigate anywhere. There's no real particular place because, like I said, even with all the hype of the Amityville Horror, you could go in there and walk out with nothing. You always have to be ready to walk away with nothing, which is kind of a good thing in some circumstances because some people are freaked out about something happening in their home. You come back with nothing and they feel better about that.
Until their child's floating in the middle
Exactly.
of the air, and they don't feel so good about it anymore. Thanks very much, Maniac Mike.
Thank you.
Let's hear it again, once again, for Greg Best and Oracle Paranormal for the It's been a wonderful time having you here. Thank you very much. We're gonna put up some footage of yours once we get that. We're gonna book
I
that
have one
out of
more
your...
question for you.
What's that?
Now, when somebody's sure that there's something happening in their house, and they're really having a problem with this, like it's an emotional problem, they can't take it anymore, and you go in there and you check it out, and you come back with nothing. Is this the kind of thing that makes them feel better, or do they feel that it's hiding from you because it doesn't want anyone else to know that it's there, it just wants to bother those people?
That's actually a common occurrence, and what we do then is we'll present the, the nothing to them. We'll say, listen, we went through everything, couldn't find anything. So what you gotta do at that point is keep a log of dates and times of everything that happens. And we will actually return, we'll go as many times as it takes to satisfy the client, they do hide from you sometimes. So that's why we take our group and we'll put a group in, a member in each of the rooms of the house, and where it's got nowhere to go. And even then, you can still come out with nothing. At that point, you gotta change up your tactics. You gotta try and trick it. You gotta try and leave cameras running while they know they're not there, and you gotta really get tricky at that level.
Thanks very much, Greg Best, for being on the show. The Joke is the Last Show.
Man, when that second Eddie comes out, we're gonna rob him.
Yes, we are gonna rob him.
We're gonna take everything that he has. We're gonna take everything.
Yep,
we're gonna take his rings. We'll rip out his teeth if I have to.
Yep.
We'll knock him out. We're gonna make a kill him.
I was gonna take his wallet. I'm gonna take all of that stuff.
Okay, great. You know what you're gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. And we're just gonna wait for him.
Oh, hey. Hey, guess what?
What?
We're gonna mug you later.
Okay.
Yeah, so just letting you know, we're gonna mug you later. So be prepared.
All right.
I'm gonna take all your stuff there.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bank right now and get you more money too.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
That's what I want the money.
You go about your way. I'm gonna go this way and we'll get more money. Okay.
Oh, good.
All right.
Just to let you know, we're gonna mug you.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, the money sounds good.
Yeah. You're a heck of a guy for letting me know. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay.
Hey, Uncle Eddie.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
I knew you were coming. He told me all about it. You gonna try mugging me or something?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to tell him there.
Yeah. He's a hell of a guy. I even went to the bank and put all my money away, so I don't have anything on me. So, you guys have fun, because you can't get blood from a turnip, all right?
When you rob someone, you don't tell them ahead of time that you're gonna rob them. It eliminates the whole freaking thing of robbing them.
I'm sorry, I wanted to let them know.
You don't let them know.
I got wife and kids, man. They told me I had money. I had to get like some money, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna come up with freaking kneecaps and say go down there and get him in the back of the head. We're gonna make a fortune off him. Whatever he had, you.
Well, I'm sorry, you know, you're good at, come on, man. What are you doing?
Okay, you're lucky I didn't crack your skull open with this. Now we're gonna try this again.
Let's try it again.
Yes, now, when someone comes out, we're gonna rob them. You don't tell them we're gonna rob them, because then they get rid of their money. And then if we don't get anything out of it besides beating the guy, and I can do that to you and have a heck of a lot more fun. So, when the next guy comes out, we don't tell, I know nothing not to tell him. You don't tell them that we're robbing them.
We're not going to tell them. We're just going to.
Okay, let's go in the back and get ready.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Gonna get some rust here. What do you want?
Well, you know, since me and you are friends, good friends and everything, I figured I'm going to do you a favor.
How are we good friends?
I'm gonna rob you today. I'm gonna take everything.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna take everything that's yours.
No,
oh, yes,
you're
I
not.
am. I heard you got some money, so I'm gonna take everything that you got. I'm gonna rob you today.
I don't think so.
I think so. It is something I gotta do there. I gotta get like some stuff. I get like some money there, so I'm gonna rob you. I'm taking everything that's yours.
What stuff do you need? Like a shirt that doesn't have a hole in it?
I want your money. I want your necklace. I want your gold. I want everything.
Right. You come by in a little bed and I'll have all that stuff waiting for you.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here I am.
We're gonna be taking all your stuff. So,
That's right.
All right.
All your stuff. We'll come to get it.
I'll let you have it.
Oh no, Mike, come on. Come on.
I feel bad for Clint Eastwood having to reenact your pathetic careers here.
Oh,
you,
what happened?
that's what happened.
What did I do?
I'm gonna take a guess here.
We just got beaten there.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's cause of, I don't know, you maybe again?
Me?
Yeah, he probably went out and told him, yeah, we're gonna rob you.
Oh, I didn't say nothing there.
Yeah, okay, we would have gotten beat with the frickin' sledgehammer.
We just tried to rob him and he just beat us.
Yeah, cause you told him, I can't feel my leg.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man.
You get up and get back there, or I really am gonna crack your skull open.
Okay. I'm sorry, man.
Get back there, we'll regroup, and we'll try this one more time.
Yes.
Third time's a charm.